Now we go into our conversation for today. Of course, ICT stocks emerge as some of the most dynamics in terms of performance on the Nigerian exchange in 2025, producing a wide range of returns across sectors. Yet today, share prices data showed that smaller technology and mid-cap firms dominated the top of the performance table, while large telecom operators posted more measured gains. Investors have rewarded Investors have rewarded specific stocks with strong fundamentals or market interest rather than the sector as a whole. That is quite interesting to know. A lot is happening in the market according to the, of course, the leadership of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The market has been able to trade in terms of market cap, has increased to over 95 trillion naira there. And of course, before the end of the year, the target is 100 trillion naira. We hope that this is going to be met. And so far this year, the all share index has gained over 45% in 2025, while activities in the primary and in the primary market have rebounded with more significant increase in terms of trading volumes and values. A lot has happened in the market this year. Let's put some context into this. I'm now being joined via phone from the trading floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. We understand it's a more like a half-day trade today. The market to close by 12 noon today. That is a few minutes from now. But let's talk to David Adonri, who is the vice chairman of the board of High Cap Securities. He joined me via phone from the trading floor of the NGS in Lagos. Good morning, Prof.
Thank you, Yusuf. Good morning, and good morning to our viewers.
Thank you so much. Before we go to the specific, give an overview about the performance of the stock market in 2025.
Well, the market is still firing on all cylinders. The rally that started a few days ago is being sustained, and the market is upbeat. Even as we speak, the all-share index is a little bit up by about 0.3%. And so we are hopeful that the Santa Claus rally will be sustained up to Christmas, which is actually today, because today, being the last trading day before Christmas, the rally has continued, indicating therefore that the Santa Claus rally, that is a phenomenon, has actually occurred in the Nigerian market. So that is some of the small cap stocks, like Alex. They are still performing well. Alex is still, that is aluminium extrusion. PLC is still riding high. But the major driver of the market now remains Trust Holdco, which is the holding company for First Bank. It's been on fire literally since the beginning of the week, and every rally and volume moved on that security continues with undiminished intensity. So it's actually the main driver of the market. But most of the high cap stocks in the premium board, they remain very stable. They are at positions of dynamic equilibrium. So in general, the market is still firing on all cylinders, Yusuf.
Prof, what is making the stock of the First Bank so attractive? I mean, there have been a lot of buying in recent time with so many people investing as millions in shares of that company.
Yes, it's reasonably suspected that there are some strategic positioning taking place in that security. And that has aroused the interest and curiosity of the more investors. You know, in the market, to have herd mentality. When a security has assumed a dimension and is galloping along that direction, it has a way of attracting several retail investors who jump into the bandwagon. So somebody who is taking a strategic position in that security ignited the rally, and now the rally is spreading to other participants in the market. So that is precisely what is happening. Nothing more really relating to the Trust Bank, because it has not come up with any extraordinary price-sensitive information that is capable of attracting the kind of attention it is having now. So we can therefore adduce it to strategic positioning by strategic investors.
Indeed. Let's talk about the ICT stocks now. There seems to be so much rally in that space in 2025. Let's look at the NCR, for example, which emerged as one of the best performing ICT stocks on NGS, posting a year-to-date gain of 1,354%. We recall it opened the year at 5 naira per share. Talk to us about what is what is attracting investors to a stock like this on NGS?
At the time, NCR was a premium stock in the market. It was a high fly in the market, and every investor wanted to have that stock in his or her portfolio. But along the line, it fizzled out because of very rapid changes in technology that affected its trajectory. So I think the company has been reviewed. Is now competitive and is able to adapt to the changing technological environment, and in fact even profit from it. So its fundamentals are getting stronger, and investors believe that the whole character of the stock is likely to be reenacted into the future. So that is why a lot of investors are pouring into that technology stock. And of course, that technology stock also extends to the telecoms too. Because the telecoms were battered by the position of the naira, following the floating of the naira. A lot of them experiencing FX losses. But thereafter, the market, the foreign exchange market firmed up and they were able to adapt, and they came from loss position into profit position. And of course, their businesses have been enhanced by public policies in recent past. When I think NCC reviewed their rates upwards. You can see the kind of profits that these companies are generating now, which in turn is driving more interest by investors into that sector. We are in the digital world, but technology is taking over really. So we are hoping that NGX, we created 2 technology boards to accommodate tech companies really. So we believe that is the direction, the new direction of the economy.
Indeed, another very important stock that we need to look at is MTN. MTN is one of the strongest performing large cap ICT equity in 2025. Given the fact that last year they actually recorded losses, they started the year on a very bad note, but they've been able to recover from 200 naira per share to now 531 naira per share as well. Of course, they've been able to gain 166%. Talk to us. MTN is a very strong equity with a strong market capitalization of over 1 trillion naira. Talk to us about, how were they able to maneuver their ways to get to this point?
MTN is the undisputed leader in the telecoms sector of the economy. And before the floating of the naira, they were actually high flyers. Their fundamentals were very, very solid and strong. Investors were well compensated, over time. And so that indicated a lot boosted investors' confidence in that security. But suddenly, the market reforms came in and they were snapping because that sector is technology driven. And Nigeria as a country is a consumer of technology and not a producer. So almost everything in that sector is imported. So being an import dependent sector, when the naira depreciated due to the market reforms, of course, it adversely affected the profit of MTN together with other telecom companies. And MTN did very badly with huge FX losses, I think from 2003 to 2004. But they were able to adapt to the new realities in the foreign exchange market, and they started recovering. The recovery was expedited also by the reforms carried out by NCC, wherein they reviewed the rates that the telecoms companies are charged for their services. Those rates are statutorily regulated. So with that decision, of course, it opened their businesses to more profits, and they have recovered from huge losses. They are now minting naira, like the mint, the proverbial mint. So they have bounced from negative bottom line to positive bottom line, with hope that they will resume the distribution of dividends to investors, in due course. So it's attracted a lot of investors in there with the heavy demand that followed such improvements. They are therefore seeing a commensurate rise in the price of MTN. The MTN is performing well, and the prospects are even more brighter now moving into the future.
Impressive. Another telecom company is also on that list as well, talking about Airtel Africa, which so far have posted 5.24% year-to-date gain as well. Of course, if you recall, the Airtel did open the year at 2,156. It's one of the stock with very strong fundamentals as well. Talk to us about, why are we, holistically now, let's look at the ICT stocks now. Why are they the one, headlining the stock market performance in 2025?
Yes, you know that the ICT sector is actually at the foundation driving communication in the economy. Of course, communication is the essence of every society, and businesses are fired by communication. So those companies they are well recognized across the entire length and breadth of the economy. So they have a very extensive market, both locally and internationally. They are even able to break barriers and operate beyond the borders. So that makes their income earning capacity to be enormous. It's therefore not surprising that after they suffered the huge efforts losses due to the floating of the naira, that the cost was also expeditious because of the high income earning capacity. And when eventually NCC reviewed their rates and it made the situation more favorable for them, because the sky has become their limit.
All right.
But the sky is still no longer their limit, they can pass the sky now already. They are moving to space.
All right, Prof. Yeah, before we go, I want to ask you about the tax law, which many have said is facing legitimacy crisis. I understand that the stockbrokers are also worried about that with regards to what it means for investment. Talk to us about what are people on the trading floor saying, what are investors saying with regards to the implementation of the tax law, which bearing any last-minute changes will begin on January 1st.
The issue of that issue is like an albatross that is hanging over the capital market. Because, there was the CGT, the capital gains tax on transactions in the market in the 1990s. But it was 10% then, and it was placed on full suspension. It was suspended so as to allow the nascent Nigerian capital market to be attractive and competitive to foreign investors, initially when the capital market was internationalized. Several countries in the world, especially emerging economies, are not charging activity because they want to be competitive and attract investors into their market. So, with the reinstatement of the CBT in the new tax law, and not even reinstating it to the previous 10%, where it was suspended, but escalating it to 30%, beat everybody's imagination. And initially, investors were apprehensive, especially the targeted investors, because the threshold for application of that policy is from 150 million naira worth of sales. And that is the area where the big boys play, that's around the market. That is where the high net worth investors, the institutional investors, foreign investors, since those people drive the market, they have the capacity to move prices. And if those people slow down, of course, to affect prices, and it will have a domino effect on retail investors. So, like I said, it's an albatross, it is disincentive, and the investors are still watching out. There was a change in the direction of the market. When the investors started having fears as to the implementation of the policy, they started running for cover, they started withdrawing. So when the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Economy visited the market and the solicitation, and the promise that some of them will review the situation. But I'm hearing from the grapevine that the federal government may indeed suspend the implementation of certain aspects of that policy, which is the right in the right direction, because an economy, a developing economy that requires the capital market to form enormous capital with which to create wealth and generate productive employment, has no business imposing that kind of the punitive tax on investors in the market. So that is Yusuf.
Indeed, a lot of fear there, not just in the capital market as well, in the larger economy. Everyone is apprehensive as to what will happen from January 1st, 2026. Rather. Thank you so much, David Adonri, Vice Chairman of the Board of High Cap Securities. We appreciate your time. Have a very good day on the trading floor. And Merry Christmas to you as well.
Merry Christmas to all of you. Bye.
Thank you so much. With that is a wrap on this show today. We'll be back again tomorrow for the Christmas Day edition. I am Yusuf Akogu.